All right, Larry Krueger on the road to Vegas with Kev for the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show. And, of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle. Go get the brisket. Go get the brisket chili. Tell them that Krug sent you. And our trip to Vegas, also sponsored by Sharp Corners Sports Cards and Collectibles, located at 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove. Give Anthony Catania a call. He's at 831-521-5264. And also we're brought to you by ValleyHillRoofing.net. ValleyHillRoofing.net. Give them a call at 209-481-6851. Excellent roofing contractor, and you can find their links available in the description. All right. Jed York went on with Kay Adams and was talking about how at halftime Deebo was like, man, get me the ball. Get me the football.
With us, congratulations.
Thank you, Kay.
Are you here to yell at me about having Deebo on my show every week to talk honestly about what's going on and give me great sound bites?
I love Deebo. He's awesome. He's very raw. He is very, very to the point. I mean, I don't know if you know, but Lynch went down to the locker room at halftime, and tense halftime, right? You're down by 17 points, and he said Deebo was just sitting there, just shaking. He's like, just tell Kyle to get me the damn ball. And I mean, that's who Deebo is. Like, he's just ready to take over a game at any point. And I'm very, very glad that he is on our football squad.
Wow. And after the game, you could see there was this like uncorking of emotion out of him that I've really never seen.
Yeah.
And there's a lot pent up from Miami.
Yes.
At Super Bowl 54. Now,
Deebo is such a playmaker for the Niners. In the first half, he had 1 run for 7 yards and only 2 receptions on 3 targets for 21 yards. And then you look at, in the second half of that game, he had 6 big catches for the 49ers and wound up on the day with 8 receptions for 89 yards and 3 runs for 7 yards. So, I'll say this about Deebo. I agree with him. I mean, get him the damn ball. Do we need a little history lesson here? Go back to Super Bowl 54, Niners-Chiefs. At halftime of that game, Deebo, is totally dominant, and he's the favorite to win the MVP. He had 2 touches in the second half. It's like they forgot about him. In that game, Super Bowl 54 against the Chiefs, Deebo had 8 touches on 9 targets for 92 yards. The vast majority of that came in the first half. One of the reasons they got run over in that game, in my opinion, is they didn't use Deebo enough. So if Deebo says get him the ball, in this situation, even though the Niners have a lot of weapons, maybe the best thing to do would be, maybe get him the ball. You're talking about a big play guy. I mean, you think of the Niners' biggest games in Philly, on the road, who stepped up? Deebo Samuel, finishing it with that incredible tunnel screen. But he just had a number of big plays. And I think that, one of the secrets in this game, or not secrets, but one of the biggest factors in this game is how much are the Niners able to feature both Deebo and McCaffrey as runners and receivers. These guys are both in their prime. They're both, rested and ready and motivated and want this bad. I mean, the 49ers, they get in the red zone. They got to make sure that Deebo and McCaffrey get significant touches in this game. So I think, for Jed to say that to Kay Adams, it kind of reveals that, there's times where Deebo gets lost in the whole shuffle. And it's like, you know what? His whole mindset is, let me go make a play. Give me the ball, let me go make a play. And in this game against Kansas City, I mean, Kansas City's got a lot of speed on defense. Willie Gay, if he plays, very fast. Nick Bolton, really a fast linebacker. L'Jarius Sneed is a phenomenal corner. So this is going to be a battle royale, and Deebo's going to have to make some plays, probably as a runner and as a receiver. And just don't forget about Deebo. That would be my message. Because, if you really think about it, they forgot about Deebo in Super Bowl 54, and they paid a very heavy price. And I understand. I asked Shanahan about it after the game, and he said, it's not really the way it works as far as, how many touches does a guy get in a particular half of football. It's about who's open, what the defense is doing, so on and so forth. And I get it. But, man, when the money's on the line, Joe Montana found Jerry Rice, and Stafford found Cooper Kupp. And, you got to go to your biggest weapons. Deebo is a weapon that can be utilized as a runner and handoffs, shovel passes. I mean, I really think you got to feature Deebo Samuel and run at the Chiefs a lot in this game. The one thing about Kansas City is they're 17th against the run. They're top 5 against the pass. It's one of the best pass defenses in the game. But as far as run D goes, 17th, and they've given up 6 yards a carry on early downs to teams that go with 2 back, go with the 21 personnel, 22 personnel. So I think if I'm the 49ers, I put Juszczyk in the backfield and I run the ball with McCaffrey, but I mix in a steady diet of Deebo touches, because Deebo is your big-time playmaker. I mean, obviously you have Ayuk, and Juwan comes up with big catches. I mean, really every single one of these weapons, you could make an argument, is a big-time receiving threat on third down, let's just say. But Deebo, the Niners have a swagger about them when Deebo's really rolling. And to me, getting a swagger in this game against Kansas City is going to matter. Kansas City doesn't, they're on top. They believe that they're in the middle of a dynasty, and they let one get away, and they're trying to win one more for Andy Reid. And if he decides to retire or not, I think, they feel like they've got the Niners number, and so far they do. Mahomes has never lost to the Niners. The Niners did put a good rush on him in Super Bowl 54, but ultimately he came back and made the plays when it counted, and then routed the Niners in 2022 at Levi's. So we know Mahomes is going to bring a ton of confidence into this game. The Niners need to get their swagger going in this game as much as anything, and just kind of, serve notice that, this is their day. And I think utilizing Deebo early is a major key to doing that. So the fact that Jed kind of shared that little detail that Deebo was like, hey man, get me the ball. Get him the ball. Get him the ball. Don't make the same mistake in Super Bowl 58 that you made in Super Bowl 54. Deebo was the halftime MVP. He got 2 touches in the second half. This time you make sure Deebo and McCaffrey both touch the ball a ton in both the first half and the second half. As long as those guys touch the ball a lot in the Super Bowl, I'm reasonably confident the 49ers can get out of there with a win. If for some reason they don't touch the ball a lot, that will not be a good thing. You've got McCaffrey against a run defense that's challenged. You got Deebo as a receiver that you can mismatch in the run game or the pass game. Those guys have to be huge for the Niners to beat the Chiefs. I was going to say pull the upset, because it does feel like Kansas City's the favorite, considering they have Mahomes and Reid and a great defense. But obviously we all know the Niners are the betting favorite in Super Bowl 58. But I think the 49ers' best chance is to do that. Get Deebo the ball in both the first and second half. Get McCaffrey the ball in both the first and the second half. Those guys touch it, Niners have a chance to win. All right, thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Check them out in Corte Madera and Emeryville. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Go get some brisket chili. Also, thanks to Sharp Corners, Sports Cards, and Collectibles, located at 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove along the Monterey Peninsula. Give Anthony Catania a call. He's at 831-521-5264. And then we're also brought to you by valleyhillroofing.net. Give them a call at 209-481-6851. Their website link is in the description. And we're on our way to Vegas. We'll be there within an hour or so. And the rest of the reports will come from Las Vegas. But go Niners, and we're on the road. The Krug Show. Thanks for all of you guys supporting us, and we'll be in Vegas soon. See ya.